Friends, let me start this episode with a friendly tip. Grab yourself something to eat because this episode is about delicious food. Dear producers of delicious food, your advertisement could be here. I'm Yevhen Sinelnikov and this is Craft Travels. Let's go.
I'm Mike Ifanov and I make devilishly hot sauces.
Hello.
Hello. Here you go.
We know each other and you know each other. Honestly, I expected more. Oh, damn, that was good. Oh, damn, it's hard to breathe. Oh, thank you. Now we've arrived to take a look at the actual production.
Add my little pepper.
Yes. So that's it, right?
Yes.
That's it, but why is it all different colors, different shapes? Is it supposed to be like that?
These are different varieties. They taste different, they bake differently. They're all completely different. For example, the Tyrex pepper rates around 1 million on the Scoville scale.
Tabasco is 7,000, but this is 1 million Scoville.
Are you already regretting coming here?
What is Scoville?
Wilbur Scoville invented this scale. He took 1 gram of extract from a certain pepper and diluted it in a liter of sweetened water. And he kept diluting it until the heat completely disappeared. And using this scale, he calculated, using a formula, roughly speaking, these very units. A regular sweet pepper is 0 on the Scoville scale. That's it. And actually, Carolina Reaper, the hottest one until recently, was 2.2 million. And now the same farmer who bred the Carolina Reaper has now bred Pepper X. It reaches, I think, from 2.4 to 2.8 million.
Listen, what's the point of 2.8? You can just take a toothpick, just a little bit like this and...
Why?
Why is it so sharp?
I don't know, honestly. Yeah, it burns, but it's not tasty at all. I'm telling you honestly, Carolina, the pepper lacks flavor. The advantage is that if you have industrial production, you need to use less of it, like per ton of something, for example. Because alone, it tastes...
What's there? Yes, we're coming now.
It has flavor for just a few seconds. The alligator pepper reaches about 1.2 million. It's a classic. This is yellow habanero, one of the most favorite varieties among all pepper growers, among everyone who grows hot peppers. It's the line between good and evil. It's tasty and can be very spicy or less so. But the yellow one is my favorite. Next we have the red habanero. By the way, as you can see, they differ in shape and their taste will also be different. The yellow one will have a more fruity, more floral aroma. The red one will be more aggressive. The third is the chocolate habanero. It's the hottest of all these varieties because, for example, the yellow and red ones can reach up to 300,000 on the scale, while the chocolate one can go over 500. The sharpest one, it really hits you hard, so to speak.
It looks just like any other pepper tossed into a salad. This isn't large-scale production. It's not like there are endless fields and fields. Even though you've been doing this for several years, you've already taken a certain share of the market. Yeah, well, I've already taken a bite.
Little by little, little by little. If I don't eat it, I'll at least take a bite out of it.
What are the steps? How do you make a tasty sauce?
To make the sauce, you need a mother-in-law who's ready to give up half her garden.
How much do you have growing here?
1 greenhouse fit 130 bushes. We had a lot of peppers and, well, we had to plant them anyway, and we planted them a bit too densely in some places.
All right, we've planted them. How hard is it to grow? Are there any fertilizers or something else? They came from Mexico. Our soil doesn't suit them. In no time, right?
Here, they need warmth and some moisture, but not too much. As you can see, our greenhouse has a sprayer to prevent leaf burn. We only feed them with organic matter. Nothing like that, no steroids at all.
Actually, it's not that hard to grow them.
Well, yeah, but you have to keep an eye on them because these peppers are a bit prone to diseases. I mean, you have to watch them. If a disease hits, you need to react quickly. You can't just toss seeds and expect them to grow easily. Sweet peppers, for instance, are much simpler.
By the way, do you have any smoked habanero? Do you have any left? I took some last time. It just turned out like that.
That was jalapeno, not habanero.
Jalapeno.
And it turned out that Mom had a little left. This is literally the last of it.
Is there none?
No, well, we sold it.
Taken apart? All right, let's get ready.
Unfortunately, because we are a small production, we can't always provide a stable quantity. So whatever we've grown, that's how much we've made. And if it's sold out, we can't restock anymore. We're opening a new production facility due to rising volumes. This year, we'll compensate for many items and much more paste will be available. Besides the paste, I want to show off another product that I'm about 90% sure nobody else in Ukraine makes. This is chipotle. It's a traditional Mexican pepper, red jalapeno smoked and dried.
Wow. Is it very spicy?
No, it's actually more sweet.
At first it's sweet, but after that, no, actually it's peppery.
Just like our first meeting. That's good.
Ah, I forgot who I'm dealing with. Wait, I need a break. Is it spicy? No, he says it's not. By the way, milk is the best thing to help, right?
Capsaicin dissolves in fat, in acid, and in alcohol. That's why you can ease it with milk, fermented milk, or cola.
With cola too?
Yes, with beer. Alcohol and drugs are harmful to your health.
I'll try. Taste it, Musik.
I'll try. It smells bad and it tastes like prunes at first.
No, take a proper bite.
No. I'm an adult already. I learn from other people's mistakes.
This is our little pepper.
It gets cut, you can dry it a bit before smoking because then it will be easier to smoke. And put it in the smoker for 12 hours, forget about it.
Is this already a business? Yes, this is already a business.
I worked in the kitchen for 13 years. And it was time to work for myself.
I need a break. I'll try some Coke.
Compare and see which one is better.
By the way, that works too.
To move forward, we need to make our relationship official.
Yoshki Matreshki.
Do you know what this is? And what is it? What is this?
The most expensive pepper in the world?
This is a ripe pepper. It's called a chichaparita. It's a Peruvian wild pepper. This is its full ripeness. According to some information, a kilogram of dried ones costs $25,000.
$25,000 for a kilogram of dried pepper.
That's right. This is pepper saffron. On the scale, it's up to 30,000.
That's not much at all. It
is very fragrant, it's very tasty, but it's silly.
And why is it so expensive?
It's hard to grow since in Peru it mostly grows in the jungle. It has a specific area where it's grown and it's adapted exactly to that environment. It can actually be grown somewhere else, but it's very difficult.
Ah, here it goes.
Yes.
The spiciness is interesting.
It's even
and starts slowly without any of this.
Bang! It will, right? Well, later.
I understand. As we always say,
I'll borrow a little of your time.
Go ahead. We always talk about peppers from Peru, South Africa. Is there a Ukrainian pepper that could have the potential to become like jalapeno?
In Ukraine, it's the Baranyacheiro and its varieties. Well, basically, jalapeno can already be considered Ukrainian too because it's grown almost everywhere now.
Well, you don't make it from this Baranyachi row so that it's Ukrainian, do you?
Ukrainian chipotle?
I won't taste it anymore.
Should I go there?
This is the same pepper that grew on my grandpa's kitchen windowsill.
That's it, yes. And also it's a smoker. We don't add any of those liquid smokes. So it's just a smoker, fruit wood.
Is it here, the smoker?
Yes. Let's go show it.
Let's go check it out. Musik, this is for you.
Well, yeah, compared to those, he's really something else. Not sharp. You can eat it, but it's a bit spicy. Do I need to drink something with it? Really, it's smoked. That's a very, very interesting thing. We didn't do it like that. As I understand, those are enthusiasts. They brought this culture to us from Mexico, and I think there's great potential in this.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Do we have a new host? Ole, I told you to eat, but I see you're already starting the introductions.
Look, you reached for the dumplings, huh? This is my Frankenstein for my own Frankie. She was put together from whatever was in the yard. It was the first time in my life I picked up a welding machine. I know she looks...
Like a closet?
Well, it actually was a closet. Check out the range hood. And what does that mean? That you can get out of any situation without having a lot of money? This is how Chipotle is made. It's very old-fashioned, but it works. By the way, you can add some more. Let's refresh your memory a bit with some smoked jalapeno. Come on.
3 out of 10. That's nice.
You know what a professional culinary career gave me? I know when enough is enough. I say it straight out. Those who use capsicum in sauces are cheaters. Why? I've never tasted a good sauce with capsicum extract. People need to know, be able, and teach this. So if we want to create a culture, first of all, we have to start with ourselves. People will follow later.
But the process is ongoing, right?
Of course. It's flying.
It's flying. Actually, I think there wasn't even a market for Ukrainian hot sauces before. Now, well, I know at least 3 good, cool ones.
Real giants, yeah.
Yeah, big manufacturers.
Yeah, what impressed me about our market is that last season was under a huge threat. The seeds we received didn't grow. 700 seedlings went down the drain, all these giants. And the producers who just grow, I wrote to them. I need seeds, I need at least something, I'll pay any money. No one took money from me. Some gave me seedlings, others gave seeds or peppers. So all our community, I wouldn't say that we are competitors. Yes, one person does one thing, another does something else, and a third does something different. But we're still kind of a community, we are friends and we communicate. Yes, we compare peppers, but that's just how it is.
Sorry, it just slipped out. I know it's a silly joke, it just slipped out.
But we still remain friends, work together and communicate. We may not share all our secrets, but we're still moving this culture forward together. If we keep fighting among ourselves, what's the point of doing it at all?
Well, cool. Let's give it a try.
This is actually the ram's horn. It's our mildest sauce, but it's also one of the most delicate in flavor.
Here's why I like it. It's not because I don't like spicy food. I do like spicy food. But with sauce, it's easy to overdo it most of the time. Adding even 1 extra drop makes it taste bad. And this sauce, you can pour it on the chicken as much as you want and it will be a little spicy. It will be very tasty, but it won't be too much.
Please demonstrate how it's done.
This is 0.5 out of 10. Absolutely perfect.
Yes, this is for people who want a little bit of spice, but not too much spice.
It's not ketchup, but you can eat it without worry. Personally, for me, the best combination for this sauce is cold meat from the grill, that leftover shashlik from yesterday. Or I make bruschettas with it and cream cheese, like stracciatella, burrata, mozzarella, things like that.
Tasty and not mild. There's some spiciness here.
There's character here.
There's character, flavor, and here. It's not like this isn't ketchup.
I really love this. It's the world of chili, but Nikita's chili world is not like everyone else's. I mean, now you can find this chili world in any supermarket in red jars, that traditional Thai sauce. But this one, first of all, it's green, which makes it different, and secondly, it tastes different. I think there's more ginger, but you tell us. It's really great. I'm honestly a big fan of this.
This is my favorite for fish.
There are just 5 ingredients: garlic, ginger, chili, vinegar, and sugar. There are no emulsifiers and little liquid, mostly vegetables.
Well, the aroma is very tasty.
Don't be afraid.
Well, it's not spicy at all.
Many people think garlic and ginger are spicy.
Not spicy at all. Sweet and sour, I would even say that. At first, there's a sweetness, and then there's this...
Since we've already tasted a lot before, maybe even nearby, but overall it's quite flavorful.
Listen, I also wanted to ask Peche. I really like the name and the logo. How was it created?
It's an interesting story, actually. I have a friend, Olya Topolska. She knows German really well, and she suggested the first option, Gorschenbrenner, which literally means burning butt in German. I kind of liked it, so I went to my cousin Serhi to make the labels, and he said, no, that's nonsense. He said, it'll be pech. And I was like, peche?
Now I'm going to turn off the antagonist. It's unclear who's making it. It's unclear how. Today it's tasty, tomorrow it's not. It's better to go to the store, buy some proven Tabasco, and just eat it calmly rather than experimenting like this.
And now I'm turning on my antagonist mode. Have you ever read the label in Tabasco?
Well, there's a little diamond there.
Ingredients?
No, the Tabasco diamond.
Well, if you read the label, it says vinegar, 79%.
79% vinegar.
Uh-huh, yeah. And now ask yourself a question. What do you want to pay for, the vinegar or the pepper?
That's unexpected.
We're about to try one of the products that will be in our new season. This is smoked jalapeno. Cheers.
Cheers, this is my favorite pepper. Damn, this is so cool. I'll try to explain what and why. This smoky flavor is very intense. It's really intense. The pepper itself is crunchy. It crunches like a cucumber. I don't know, it just crunches.
That's all Frankenstein's doing.
It has a bit of sourness, I don't know. That's just how it is.
Marinade, vinegar, and sugar.
Something kind of sour, but not overpowering, not overpowering. It's just there, just there. And this spiciness is very mild. It just slowly unfolds. Not too spicy, but very tasty. If here it's 10 out of 10, you think, well, that's really hot, but here it's not that spicy. But it's very tasty.
This little pepper is even sneakier than 10 out of 10. Because if you eat a spoonful of that 10 out of 10, everything will be fine in the morning. If you eat half a jar of this pepper, you'll wish a snowman would play with you in the morning.
I feel it. It's unfolding, unfolding, unfolding. It's like a slow hope.
Sauces don't work the same way as pickled peppers. They're more sneaky.
It's new and unprecedented.
No, this will be in the new season.
Oh, I just wanted to say, what is a new season? A new theater season? What is it like? When is it?
Well, around mid-December, we announce a new lineup, and off we go.
By the way, in mid-December, they might just make it into our Christmas sets.
Yes, and they will.
And they will. And they will. Stop.
Come on.
No, well, he's like...
Well, he's a bit dumb.
He's opening up. Thank you. But it's very tasty.
A chef once said to cook as if you're making food for your mom. That's exactly what I do. Although my mom doesn't like spicy food, well, it doesn't matter. Focus on creating a great product you love, and others will love it too.
And that's true.
And it burns.
I'm Yuri.
I'm Hryhori, and we make the best ciders in Ukraine.
Cider isn't brewed. Cider essentially is a wine technology. Apple wine. Wine made from apples instead of grapes, then made sparkling.
Damn, that sounds good. We make apple wine and then we make it sparkling. I have a question. So you said you make the best cider. What makes it the best?
We use Ukrainian apple varieties, Snizhnik, Alvel, Pepin, Shafran, and Jonathan. These industrial varieties have been bred in Ukraine since the 1930s and 1940s. We chose them specifically so that the cider would have a tangy flavor. And why tanginess? These apple varieties have always been fermented in oak barrels. This tanginess defines our cider. That's why we believe it's the best and made honestly. What does honestly mean?
It means once a year we harvest the apples, crush them, pressed the juice and fermented it for 5 months, racking it twice during that time.
5 months?
5 months. There's the primary fermentation stage, which is, rapid fermentation, vigorous fermentation. That's 5 weeks. After being racked off the sediment, it's considered mature, though it still ferments slowly. Then it's racked off the sediment again. And only around March, actually we harvested the apples in October, and only in March do we start bottling.
you end up with small volumes.
10 to 20 tons per year.
Well, it's really not about...
It's not about 10 to 20 tons or anything, since a ton equals 3,000 bottles. 20 tons equals 60,000 bottles. Our city has 4 million residents, and that's just annually.
Damn, now I realize that's really not much at all.
There are 365 days in a year, 2 of us, and we have to try every day, right?
Why do you need it? How did you start making cider?
We just love alcohol.
Actually, I really love cider. My wife really loves cider. And when we realized that, as always, you do what the market is missing. And we started 8 years ago when we only had, well, basically just French imports and a little bit of Spanish. Swedish and German were just a dream, and we decided...
Was it even of decent quality?
We just tried to do it ourselves.
8 years ago, there was no cider culture at all. In general, I think back then...
Now it's still very weak, but it's already starting.
It's slowly starting. To get into a business that hardly anyone even knows about, you need to have courage for that. It's love. I'm already hinting.
Sparkling cider, still cloudy. He has this special cooling shirt. We can control the temperature we need for proper fermentation, for cooling, so that the sediment settles.
Guys, please tell me what I should pay attention to in order to understand whether this is a good cider or not. This is worth drinking. This is not worth drinking. Well, like with wine, you need to see how much there is, how it runs down.
If there's a nice, calm, cool aroma typical of apples, but without that excess. Well, it smells like fermented apple, but still apple. And it doesn't have that, sometimes...
Super intense, right?
Super intense, right? That already tells you that this is really some kind of natural product. By the way, this probably applies to everything. And as for clarity or cloudiness, those are just different technologies. So it's really up to everyone to choose what they like more.
So if it's cloudy, that doesn't mean it's fusel, right? There's no such thing?
No, our cider gets very clear after. We don't filter it, it just settles on its own, and there's always a very fine sediment at the bottom of the bottle. So
that's normal too, right? Yes, if there's sediment, that's...
Totally normal.
And what if there's no sediment?
Maybe it was filtered, or maybe it's just Summersby.
To me, it's apple juice. It's not even sour,
That's exactly what it is.
Real, truly apple juice. Moreover, during the processing, we use a technological feature called maceration. What does that mean? Is that when the apples are crushed, right? And this pulp is left to infuse for 8 to 12 hours, so that the juice absorbs the flavor from the seeds and the apple skin. We also add Carpathian crabs and small apples, right? They add their own tartness and flavor. This interesting, unique character. And then the juice is squeezed and we add cultured French yeast so that the process is controlled and it ferments properly. That's it. No sugar, water, or anything else added.
Do you only make one variety, not with blackberries or anything else?
Music is already perfect for beer, and you only make one variety.
For us, if there's a difference, it could be extra brut or semi-dry. The material in the apple one is actually stored in the tunnel right below us.
This is also one of our experiments. We bottled it and left it to ferment. Why? Because we usually pasteurize it, leave about 1.5% of residual sugar, and it has a nice sweetness. But since we've been doing this for many years, let's say we want something tougher, drier, more brutal, and we made a small amount, didn't pasteurize it, but left it to ferment in the bottle.
So it will be stronger and more sour?
Not much. Literally 0.5% stronger in alcohol, but it doesn't contain any sugar at all. Why? So the yeast consumed the sugar and the fermentation process stopped. It's in a closed environment, that's it. And it's very sparkling.
You see, it's unfiltered. It just settles on its own, and actually it's already clear. And there's that sediment at the bottom.
Honestly, I'll tell you, if I had taken a bottle like this before and saw that kind of sediment, I would have never bought it. But now I understand that this is actually a sign that it's made the right way.
There's a point here, because for example, there's wine and there's wine stone in red wine. It just means it's old, but you can drink it. There are, for example, decanters for this, and there are, for example, strainers for this. There are a bunch of devices, a bunch of tricks for removing this sediment. For removing this sediment, you can drink the wine, yes. And here, this sediment, we don't even filter it. That's because there's no need for it.
Actually, Yuri, I want to say that the main thing is you shouldn't shake it, just carefully pour it for yourself. One bottle holds 2 drinks.
Really, 2 different drinks. Really, that's right.
And they taste different. This just shows that the product is truly sparkling. No carbonated, yet truly sparkling.
One more time, just to confirm, sparkling means it creates these gases itself, right?
Yes, yeast, and
Carbonated, meaning it's...
carbon dioxide too was pumped in from a cylinder. In this case, it's called champagnization. That is, the yeast consumes the sugar during the process, well, during the actual fermentation. They release this carbon dioxide too, and since we're in a closed conditioning tank, a closed vessel, this carbon dioxide too that's released is immediately absorbed by the drink itself. Well, that's the classic technology for making sparkling champagne wines.
I just wanted you to try it with cider material.
What is cider material?
Oh, actually, that's what we pour and make sparkling. That's what stands in the cellar. It's actually super still dry apple wine, just still apple wine. And it's very interesting because whoever tries this cider base then, and like the cider you get in the end, it's completely different. How is that possible? What happens? Interesting.
No, I'm not here.
That's what's in the tunnel.
Still apple wine.
And then this cider is made from it.
Is there alcohol in it?
Absolutely, 7%. It's sneaky and goes down so easily. Fantastic. And then at some point,
Well, actually, that's where the name comes from, because
you can even see which phenols are on the walls. And phenols appear after 7% alcohol.
What are phenols?
Well, those are those alcohol streams.
quotation marks streams.
They call it snot and many other names.
Well, that's not nice.
Apple cider is a classic. And there's pear, there's peach.
Pear cider is called perry.
Actually, if the French say cider, it means an apple product. Not peach, not raspberry.
There can't be pear cider.
Pear cider is called perry. It has its own name. And if there's, for example, peach in it, that's just something modern marketers made up. So now it's a mass market product. Cider is made purely from apples.
Our concept is that we make just one specific wine. Some people go around making various flavors, different. They add berries and so on and so on. They hop it. They hop 500 different SKUs just playing around. Our task is to make just one, but one that,
You can't confuse it with anything else.
and so that the whole world would drink it, that's all. Of course, there are a lot of ambitions. But yes, by the way, it's very significant that many of our regular customers note that year after year, no matter what, there are small differences, but Rohati Zayas definitely has its own character. And we managed to preserve that. We take credit for the fact that we managed to do this.
Where does the name come from?
This one, the horned hare, actually a hare is a timid animal. But after a glass or two.
Well, they're kind of fighting for a basket of apples. You can try this unpasteurized one.
You see how it...
And the aroma came out right away. And I can already feel that there really was a lot of alcohol in this thing.
Well, no, there. Yeah, you have to be careful here, really.
I feel that...
Well, that's perfect.
Wow, this fried food tastes like champagne.
It changed. It's missing.
It changed.
Okay, fine. Let's try this one then.
This is our store version, which is actually going on sale. This one is already pasteurized.
This is our basic product.
Very tasty. It has, well, everything is just kind of balanced, compressed. I'm not sure. You get juice, apple, pit, some bitterness, and...
And a bit of uzvar.
Uzvar, exactly.
And there's vanilla in there and caramel.
Ooh, this is exactly the same one you tried for the first time. Only now it's pasteurized. Pasteurization, it kind of ages it, you know?
And gives it this...
Even its color shows it's unpasteurized.
This is not pasteurized.
And this one is pasteurized. I really like the taste. I really like the taste, guys.
Great, thank you.
Cool. We have a lot of apples in our country. Actually, wherever you look, there are apples growing everywhere. But cider itself isn't very common, not that much. Why is that? What do you think?
I think it's still an echo from Soviet times. There were those pear and apple wines. People have always had a certain attitude about that, like it's just a cheap fizzy drink. Getting acquainted with the culture of cider consumption like the French do, like the Spanish do, has only just begun. And so on, it's only just begun. And that's why it's only now being revived. People are getting interested, they're really starting to find it fascinating. Actually, we faced it with a very serious problem for us, namely with raw materials. Since these three varieties we're talking about are old autochthonous varieties, and now they're no longer being bred, and our task, our dreams, our plans, our mission is still to plant our own orchard of these very varieties. And in this way, to both preserve them and have them as a raw material base, specifically for this cider. Because after all, we would like Rohati Zayats to exist in 10, 20 and even 30 years from now. And apples of these particular varieties have only about 5 to 7 years left in Ukraine.
So if you have space for an orchard, here are your buyers.
Plant Snizhny Calvin, Jonathan and Pepin Shafran apples.
If you're not afraid of competition, now people have watched us. I have 5 apples there, so why not make cider?
Go ahead.
How do you make tasty cider?
Here's some advice for competitors and those who want to make cider. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Because only a mistake leads to some kind of result, a truly positive result. And honestly, just press the juice and ferment it at the right temperature. There are tons of books you open, you read the literature, you look on the internet, there's a lot of information. And you find your own universal recipe. And the main thing is not to be afraid to experiment, but to really take it and do it. Yes, you can make real, honest cider only once a year, but believe me, it's worth it.
We already know the next hero. We met when we were filming in the Kherson region.
I'm Olena. I make craft cheeses from the milk of my own goats.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. Wow, it's been so long. I'm so happy to see everyone.
So long ago. 3 years.
You see what life is like?
It's nice here with you. How beautiful it is. A small water one. That's how it was. How are things now? How did you settle in?
We settled in. You know, we didn't even expect it to be like this. We went through the entire occupation. After the deoccupation, we lived in Stanislav for a year. And because of the animals, we couldn't leave. And we didn't plan to at all. We hoped that it would all end soon. But during the last shellings, our farm suffered a lot. And then we got really worried and started thinking, but no one could take us in, no one could with so many goats. And here we were taken in, and some complete strangers offered us this farm for the goats. That's the most important thing. And can you imagine what a miracle it is that we can move the goats, but how do we move them? Things are coming together quickly for us. British volunteers arrive. The Kherson administration gives us the contacts of the volunteers, and we move the whole farm. We never thought we'd be restoring anything here.
There's a war going on. You are on the right bank of Kherson. The Stanislav Canyon. There are constant strikes there. War. Do you live there? Yes. And you don't leave because of the goats?
We don't leave because of the goats. Like, how could we abandon them? Can you imagine leaving animals behind? Just imagine we'd be living in someone else's house, wandering from corner to corner, and knowing that our animals are just dying there without food or water. And there's also the enemy there who could just slaughter them, kill them. They're like our family. And right at the very beginning of the war, the birth started immediately. And there were shellings, we were being bombed, but we were delivering baby goats, we were milking them. We had such wonderful, beautiful moments. I'm holding the goat, Valentin is standing next to me. We hear a whistling sound, something flying. I cover the goat and he covers me. Then silence. Suddenly we see it's just a pigeon flying. Can you imagine how used to this we've become? But it gave us strength. They gave us strength. We were saving them and they were saving us. And if we had abandoned them, we probably wouldn't have been able to forgive ourselves mentally.
And what about the canyon? All that beauty. Is there anything left?
You know, it's still there, but it's mined. It will probably take a long time to clear the mines. Here we are now in Gvozdivshchina, in Kyiv region, in the village of Gvozdiv. It's a beautiful, picturesque village with stunning views. We welcome tourists. We host small groups and families. We organize cheese tastings with cheese that we make ourselves.
It's very tasty. I already know. It's awesome.
We offer goat therapy. Our goats and kids bring pure happiness. They're true medicine for people. Especially now when we all need some psychological support, I think it's really important. So here you can relax, enjoy healthy desserts, taste cheese, interact with the goats, and take photos like these. And we're waiting for everyone here.
Cheese production is underway.
We keep going, yes, and we haven't stopped because we have nothing left to live on. Otherwise, we still need to feed the goats.
Is there a difference? The goats used to live in the south. Now they've come to the north.
There's just as much grass here. Back there, we have a drought. Suddenly, it's July and there's nothing left. But here, there are twigs and bushes everywhere. They love that. It's much better for them here. Like I said, when I saw this place, when Mr. Alexander offered me this farm, I thought, oh my God, if Valentin saw this, he would have walked the goats here from Kherson, from Stanislav, because this is paradise for them. It's paradise for them here since we barely had space for them there, as I said. This war is truly terrible, but it has revealed so many miracles, so much light. The light is in our people, and our people are something special. They truly inspire, honestly. Our people are a treasure.
Let's go taste it.
Let's go.
It's beautiful and delicious. This is health. I like goat's milk more than cows. It doesn't have a smell.
There can't be a smell. Smell and aftertaste are different things. Because if the animal is well cared for, everything is clean and the procedure is followed, then there shouldn't be any smell in the milk, the cheese, or anything else. And the aftertaste, like when you taste it and there's something, it can be there, it should be there, but it just depends on many factors. First of all, it's the lactation period. Those who are just starting, everything is fine with them. Yes, their hormonal background is normal. Nutrition is already measured and calculated for us, and we're doing well. And thirdly, our personal taste receptors. Adige cheese is, very tender. It's just so creamy. I think it's more suitable for desserts.
Yeah, it's not enough. Jam, something sweet, right? Something.
Maybe, you see, with you, Zhenya, I keep discovering new things. You made that cheese famous all over Ukraine, and now I'll be serving it right away with jam.
There's no taste of goat cheese.
Well, there you go.
There's none at all.
Some people even protest saying, where's the feeling? I went to get goat cheese. Where it is, it will be here. It will be here. Here is basil and a mix of peppers with nuts. It's a mixture like that.
Yeah, it smells like pesto. It's so fragrant, very interesting.
Well, it's very interesting and unusual.
And is there some kind of pepper here, right?
There's a mix of peppers with nuts here. They also give off a bit of that flavor.
Very tasty. I really like it, especially that it's spicy.
Yes, I remember the brinza with sun-dried tomatoes and garlic. How do you feel about garlic in general?
It's fine. I'm good with everything.
Well, let's do it.
Except for the Russians. That's quite spicy.
That's a bit spicy.
And again, there's absolutely no goat flavor. I really love spicy food. This is totally my thing. There's this lightness here.
See?
There's a feeling of freshness. Something really, really fresh. And it's peppery. Very tasty. Where can I buy from you now?
Nova Poshta. We vacuum seal and pack separately.
For now, there's no ATB or Silpo there.
Well, here you go.
Not that big.
We're still at the stage we were before the war started, probably even a bit earlier. Because we were already starting there. 2 stores were already buying from us and taking our products on consignment. And there was also one Georgian restaurant. The manager really loved our cheeses. There was a girl who bought from us. There was a chain, I forgot the name, something like Eco Shop with healthy craft cheeses. So there we had already made some progress, but here we had a setback. The war set us back.
So, if you have an eco shop or a restaurant,
God willing, you have a restaurant.
That would be nice. Contact me. What's this red thing?
This one is in a coffee crust and this one is in a wine crust. It's called Drunken Goat. This should be red dry wine and classic white casciota cheese. You see it's soaked and the crust dries out a little bit.
And it shines.
And it shines, you see.
Well, there's the aroma of wine.
There will be an aroma.
Not bad, but we should have eaten before this because those are richer.
Janechka, you see, you immediately take what you like. You know, I think that's why I have everything laid out like this, you see? Here, 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 here.
There really is a wine aftertaste.
The wine must be of very good quality, and the same goes for coffee. The coffee should be good.
That's it.
Yes.
There's a smell of coffee. Exactly.
There's the scent.
It's not just a little. It really smells like coffee. You like it? Very interesting. Sorry, but I find this more interesting than wine. For me, wine is just about the aroma, but here there's bitterness.
What do you see?
To the cheese itself. See?
It stays there for days.
Yes, with a coffee aftertaste, really. There's a hint of bitterness. Very interesting.
Spinach, for example. It's mild, but for some reason it has the most goaty aftertaste. Well, it's there, not by the smell.
There's no smell, right?
You'll eat it? Well, at least that's what people say.
Strangely enough, there really is. Yes.
See, it's a combination or something similar.
Maybe it's the spinach itself that adds it.
Maybe they do it somehow, yeah.
And what about your prices?
All the soft ones are almost 600 hryvnias per kilogram.
All the hard ones are 700 to 800. I want to take this one and this soft one with pepper. And this one? Yes.
Shall we get fenugreek? This one, fenugreek itself gives a nutty mushroom-like flavor.
And I want to get this one too. It's really tasty. Unusual.
Tasty. We'll eat something soft. This is chevrik.
Olezia, do you want to try something? Try this one.
Well, at first I could taste it. Just a little bit of goat. Just a tiny bit. It was tasty.
Tasty. Really tasty.
These are receptors. These are our taste receptors. Tasty. So we take bel pernola.
Burke.
B. You can't figure it out without a bottle. Bel percanol.
Bell. Burr. Per. Per.
Bel per.
Canol.
Bear.
This is a Swiss hard cheese. It matures from 3 weeks to 2 years. These little balls, they're made with garlic, pink Himalayan salt, and then rolled in black pepper. Garlic and pepper are preservatives that allow it to last for up to 2 years. But if it's a vacuum-sealed ball, it will mature right in there.
Oh, just like that, by the aroma.
A little tomato for him.
I'll take this one too. Exactly. You can really tell this is goat cheese.
Goat cheese?
It's sharp, spicy,
Yes, it is.
and the texture itself is very pleasant.
Well, it changes its texture as it matures. Right now, it's also spreadable like this. Then it becomes completely transparent and hard, and it crumbles like Parmesan. It just crumbles, really. So it has several stages.
You can actually buy it.
Yes, and let it sit with you.
Put it in the fridge and let it sit.
Yes, and in 2 or 3 months, you'll be cutting it.
Interesting, interesting. Then I'll take 2. Let's go here.
Let's go here. Who doesn't want to work? Puma, you don't want to? As you wish.
Puma, they respond directly to their names. Everyone has a name and they answer to their names. Everyone!
Sonechko, come here. They all know their names. This was one of humanity's first domesticated animals. These animals are extremely useful. Their milk is as beneficial as human mother's milk. Children raised on goat's milk grow up healthy and strong.
I was raised on goat's milk.
Were you raised on goat's milk?
As a child, I rarely drank cow's milk and instead drank goat's milk from our neighbor Baba Dunya's goats. We bartered with her. My dad traded homemade liquor for her milk.
So I grew up...
Because it's true health. Once you get to know these animals, you just fall madly in love with them. If you love them once, it's a love for life. They perform in the circus, you can teach them anything. I just don't do training. But they are very smart. Everything about them is beneficial for people. Their milk is incredibly healthy. Their meat is also good for you. But I don't slaughter them, I only take the milk. And there are goats that are combed for their down. From this down, they knit scarves, socks, and belts for health. Those are useful things too.
And I know a cool, interesting thing. The pupils in goats, they're like this. Horizontal.
They can see 320 degrees around them.
320 degrees?
You can't sneak up on them. they'll notice their four-chambered stomach makes poisoning nearly impossible. They consume up to 80% of all plant growth on Earth.
The quality of the milk also depends on this, on what they eat.
I use a special feeding method to keep milk consistent for cheese production year-round. Some people drive them into the forest to graze where they stay all year. Besides grass, I always add hay, straw, oats, barley, and oil cake for a complete diet. Every morning I call the goat. She comes to the stand and I pour her food. She stands calmly and eats while I milk her. She's small, loves to cuddle and give kisses. If you ever want to change something in your life, please come visit us. We'll give you a baby goat. Serious people, deputies, and others involved in various matters have visited me. But when they left, they were as happy as children after playing with the goats and hugging them. I'm just saying, it's such a joy when they try our products.
Well, taking a goat home is hard. You know, it takes a lot.
I understand. Some dwarf breeds only grow to about half the size, like this. Just put a diaper on like a dog, and you can walk with it. They're incredibly positive animals. You can't imagine how they jump around. I'm joking. They'll destroy everything. When I first brought one home in the cold, I let it inside. It's crazy. They jump everywhere and love it. If you squat, they'll jump on your back. Well, that's the kind of creatures they are.
A full-scale invasion begins. Strikes, strikes, explosions, explosions. Don't leave without the goats.
We can't abandon the animals. I can't. Everyone told me you're a crazy person. I couldn't leave them. I couldn't take them out. And I couldn't abandon them. Then animals would come to me with chains and with their kennels. When there was a sweep, when the orcs entered the village and came up to my yard and came out, 30 different dogs, Dobermans, shepherds, mutts. They surrounded me and just stood there. They were looking at Buryat. He stands with his rifle and says, "We can't shoot them all, but we need to get inside." I ask, "Why do you need my house?" I love animals more than people. Gradually, I led him away and that was it. They didn't enter the house. If they had entered, everything was in the house, even weapons. People left things behind and told me, "Valik, take this or that." I brought everything to my place. I kept everything, documents and everything else. Absolutely everything. If they had entered my house, it would have been a problem. I saw people shot for even less. For less than things like that. Well, God spared me. Animals saved my life once again, even in a situation like this. They simply didn't let the orcs into the yard and we moved. Thank God people helped us. I'm grateful to those who took us in, gave us a home, a cheese dairy, and a place for the goats. I'll stay with them to the end. Look how healthy it is. They drink milk from their mother. I don't take the kids away. My kids grow up very well adjusted, and all of them drink as much milk as they want, the kids. I have a dream after the victory to build a city of goats here. You come in and everything's here. They have houses like this and people drink milk like this. They eat, for example, condensed goat milk ice cream, goat milk cocktails. Someone arrives, eats, takes photos, and hugs goats. A fairy like this came, all the negativity will go away. Well, it's a miracle of nature. She understands everything. She loves you. There are even investors like that. It's a normal thing. People like it.
There's a reason goat therapy exists, right?
Of course, it works. It really works. Honestly, it does. See, a puma came to you. Please pet me if you can. It's a breed, yes. The Saanen goat has these things like earrings. Other goats don't have them, but the ears are small.
Well, stand still. I'll show the earring. Come on, stand still. Here it is.
There are 220 goat breeds. Some have big ears, some have none. They're very diverse. Tall ones, there are small ones, there are dwarf ones.
Girls,
let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'm Pasha. I make craft beer and I love it.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Ready? Ready.
Camera action, let's go.
We are here with you at Underwood Drinks Boutique. This is an interesting concept store where you can buy drinks, buy something to wear, and in general, see how interesting things are here.
And why is that? You're a brewery.
To make people happy.
Listen, tell me something, please. Usually all breweries have a bar.
Yes.
You took a different path.
Well, that's kind of our thing, actually. We try to do extraordinary things. Sometimes it happens intentionally, other times it just happens. We searched for a bar location, found a store space, and chose to open a store instead.
Basically, we've already filmed a lot of great craft breweries.
I watched all the episodes.
Yeah? So, which one is your favorite?
My favorite is, of course, the trip to Kvasiv, to Sasha Shatalov. That was amazing.
Is that your job, to go around and try things like I have to try the plombier, try this and that? He came in the evening. Nice job. No, I'm already sober in the evening. Please tell me your top picks and the flavors you're looking for or have found.
I'll probably surprise you now, but our top pick as a craft brewery is a regular light lager. That's Kyiv Lager, our city's signature beer. In Lviv, there's Lvivska beer. In Poltava, there's Poltava beer. In Rivne, in Chernihiv, and so on. But Kyiv doesn't have its own beer. That's why we researched and discovered this beer is German style, which led us to create Kyiv Lager. We drew some interesting voluminous chestnuts. And overall, blue and white is the strongest, as they say.
That's the party of regions, blue and white.
That's Dynamo Kyiv.
Sorry, that's right. You always have very expensive, high-quality labels. It's nice to hold the jar. Does it really work? Is it worth it? Is it possible to just make tasty beer?
The product is the main thing. If you design a really cool label, but what's inside is crap, then no matter how beautiful it is, nothing will work out. When a person comes to the store and sees a product on the shelf, they first have to want to buy it based on its appearance, based on how it looks. That's why at first they look at it and touch it, notice all these embossed details, read the label, and only then do they consume the product and they like it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's all right. It's all right. Why not?
I was watching you, observing.
Wheat.
Wheat? 1, 2, 3, 5?
A box? Give it.
Give me more.
Give me more. It's time now.
Why Underwood?
Drinkable. Drinkable. Yes, it's smooth. I lived in Czechia for 20 years. It reminds me of Bernard.
Nice.
I'm an old school guy, maybe the younger generation, you know, they like something with cannabis or something else.
Do you have anything with cannabis?
Let's talk about that a little later.
And tell me, please, why did you choose the 03 format specifically?
Because it's a great way to drink instead of 1 liter of beer, 30.3S, and try different kinds.
I'll tell you another story.
It costs
75 hryvnias. If you pack it in a half liter, then it will cost 100. That's a psychological mark. I won't buy beer for 100, but I will for 70.
That's a producer's approach. No, that's because beer in a 0.3 liter glass doesn't have time to go flat. The bubbles stay, the taste stays. Exactly about that. These 100 plus, that's not how it all works. So which one of us is right?
There are just banks like that. Well, we used to pour beer into glass bottles there, and then the glass bottles were left over. Or they said we had to buy an entire trainload of bottles, and if it wasn't enough, they wouldn't sell to us. So we had to look for an alternative. We switched to cans.
Is it hard to compete there? I don't know, with Chernigivsky, with NNV, is it hard to compete with them?
It's extremely hard because they have huge capacities, they have a big team, they have great opportunities to take up shelf space and so on, and a low price for the end consumer. And we produce in small batches, so we have to compete more on the quality side, maybe not so much on quality, but on being interesting, on being cool. That's why we're aiming at a slightly different audience and different meanings, as they say nowadays.
Well, please tell me about cannabidiol beer.
Actually, we don't make cannabidiol beer because cannabidiol doesn't really mix well with alcohol. We make cannabidiol lemonades. They're tasty, sweet, fruity, and healthy.
Am I understanding this correctly? Cannabidiol is not hemp.
It's extracted from the hemp plant.
Yes.
But it's purified as much as possible from any narcotic substances that alter consciousness.
So you can drink this lemonade and drive?
Get behind the wheel and drive. So it's purified as much as possible. It doesn't have any psychotropic properties. It only helps to reduce stress, relieve pain, generally reduce anxiety, and make you feel better. I'm already at an age where I can feel magnetic storms and their effects on me. And when I start getting a headache in the morning or during the day, I drink a can of cannabidiol chill for 10 minutes and everything goes away.
I'm always kind of uneasy about it because it's still marijuana, you know.
There's nothing to be uneasy about. We even have a letter from the Ministry of Health. where it says that the substance cannabidiol has been removed from the list of narcotic substances and it's completely legal, available and recommended for consumption.
Can I try it?
Of course. We have a whole line of cannabidiol lemonades: mango pineapple, orange with chili, bergamot, hibiscus, cola. We broke this recipe down into its components and then put them together. And what we got wasn't just regular cola, but a craft cola that's a bit herbal, a bit spicy, and at the same time has the beneficial properties of cannabidiol.
Can I try it? I really want to taste this interesting cola. It looks stylish.
Cola.
No, not cola, but it's cool. But it's not cola. No. Less fizz. The sourness is fruity. Yeah, it's not. It has a fruity childhood vibe. Interesting, not full-bodied. Where? All right.
I drink every day as long as I live. It's a pity.
Coffee.
This is another one of our experiments. We developed the recipe with our friends Madheads. They are coffee specialists. We are specialists in drinks like beer and lemonades, so we just went ahead and made it. If cannabidiol, what you have in your hands right now, is calming, then coffee, on the contrary, is energizing. You drink coffee in the morning and cannabidiol at night. During the day, you can even have a little beer. Do this every day, and your back will stop hurting.
Cool. Underwood World Tour.
This is our world tour that we did last year and the year before. We started trying and experimenting with exporting for ourselves, and these are the cities where you could find our beer. What's interesting here, besides Paris and Berlin, is Seoul and Tokyo. Actually, in Seoul, our beer is the first Ukrainian beer that arrived there in South Korea. It was the first craft beer, mango beer. We brought it, everyone enjoyed it, and asked for more.
I also wanted to ask about mango beer. First of all, where do you get inspiration? And how do you make it tasty? Lager is just lager. So a person comes in, wants a lager, buys it.
Give me a light one.
Come in and say, give me a mango one. I feel like having something with a mango flavor. Thanks for watching.
And here it happens so often they say, surprise me. Like, what interesting things do you have? What sweet things do you have? What tasty things do you have? Of course, out of 20 beers, the first offered is the mango one. Well, and we find inspiration very easily. First, we look at global trends. What do people drink around the world in general? Like, for example, tomatoes. Tomato beer is available here locally, but people in the West still don't understand it. They say, tomato beer? What's that? Is it the water left over from pickled tomatoes or what? We always either snack on or just eat all these pickled and fermented things. That's why we Ukrainians are used to these flavors. And we want more and even more intense, spicier, more flavorful.
I'm just looking, there's even a top label here. So it's a top seller among the tomato products.
Absolutely, it's likely in our top 5. I just remembered a story. We run an online store and I see every order that comes in. I see the order number, last name and first name. One day an order comes from Ole Mikhailuta, Fahoti from the band TNMK. I looked to see what he ordered. He ordered a case of tomato beer for pickup. We met up with him. I said, Oleg, why did you choose tomatoes out of all these options? He said, I was once in Cuba or somewhere like that and tried a tomato cocktail. I liked it. Then I had your tomato beer at a bar somewhere. And it really reminded me of those times, that story. And that's why I enjoy drinking all of this.
Well, I really love tomato. It's honestly my favorite.
It's a very gastronomic thing. It's great with food, with burgers, with meat.
So what else? I don't know about this tomato one. I know this one, it's with lactose, right?
With lactose, with guava, with passion fruit.
Yeah, that's a classic.
This is our beer with marshmallow, blueberry, raspberry, and lingonberry. It's really cool. It's sweet, it's vanilla, and then it's berry flavored.
Interesting.
I've seen bearded guys drink this, enjoy it, and ask for more.
Which ones are the most unusual? The loudest?
Probably it's still smoothies. It's basically beer, but it has so much fruit puree, like mango, pineapple, and orange zest, that it doesn't taste like beer at all. It drinks just like a multi-fruit nectar. And here we have beer for athletes. This beer is called Finisher or Finisher. This is for after you've run a marathon finished and then you drink this. This aids recovery by restoring water and vitamin balance, as this beer contains vitamin C. With vitamin C
and very little alcohol.
Absolutely right. If you know a style like India Pale Ale, there's just India Pale Ale, there's Milkshake India Pale Ale, and there's also Double India Pale Ale. This is micro, meaning very low alcohol content. You can just drink it, it'll absorb right away, and you'll be happy after the run. We even did a beer mile recently. It's a race where you drink a beer, run around the stadium, and repeat for 4 laps. 4 400-meter laps, 1 mile, 4 beers. You drink, you run, and you try not to puke. You'd think that beer and sports don't go together, but we make it so they do. And it can connect. You know, besides beer and lemonades, we also have gift sets here in our boutique and on our website. And if you don't know what to give someone, but you remember they like beer, you can just, with one click or just by saying one phrase here in our boutique, say, I need a gift for someone who likes beer, or a gift for a foreigner or a colleague. And we put together these sets in several options. And one of them is even called Beer Inside, meaning what's inside. We call it Taste of Kiev. So when you open this set, you get the taste of Kiev. What were we thinking about? That Kiev and Ukraine in general is not just about borscht or dumplings or something like that. Kiev and Ukraine offer surprising flavors, including unique beers.
I think this little box will be more interesting. Here already.
This is actually our best creation when it comes to gift sets. This is a set of 9 jars with a glass. The glass is the same shape and size as the jar. They look nice standing next to each other, and as usual, we put a lot of effort into the design to make it look cool. We added a handle, so you can pick it up, carry it, and bring joy to everyone.
Cool. And what's this?
Well, here we went a bit further with our cannabidiol experiments and together with our colleagues made these gummy bears. And if you don't want to take the whole jar, you can just eat 1 or 2 bears, chew and swallow them, and get the same effect very quickly and precisely. They're suitable for vegans because they're made not with gelatin but with agar-agar. So they're really for everyone. Tasty, cool, and with the right effect.
Each gummy bear has 20 mgs of cannabidiol.
1 jar has 40 milligrams, equal to 2 gummy bears. 1 jar, here, whatever you find more interesting, tastier, better. Or if, for example, you drink a jar, eat a gummy bear, and you're completely calm, like a bunny.
I'm watching Moose look at the jars.
This is exactly our pride shelf, with interesting collaborations we've done with cool brands. For example, with Puma, New Balance.
Omega, right?
Omega, it's not watches, but it's the Omega Special Unit. We made beer, raised some money, and donated it to the unit. So it's like a shelf of cool stories that really resonate with us and are remembered as great projects.
Cool.
And here we also see the results of our design team's creativity. In fact, everything you see around, including even the elements of the interior, it's all done by one team.
Here, close up, please show this. This is a portrait of a Kiev client. Okay, I'll pick up what I want to try, and Moose will pay for it afterwards.
All right,